City of Troy was the European champion 2-year-old, 3-year-old, and Cartier Horse of the Year. The best son of Coolmore America's top stallion Justify, City of Troy has now taken up stud duties at Coolmore, Ireland, where he is being warmly received by domestic and international breeders alike.
And City of Troy has arrived, when they start covering mares, you see that they change. They become kind of from boys to men, and he's let down into a magnificent horse. He's loads of size, scope and strength, and you can see he's just going to get bigger and stronger as each day goes on. Physically, he's full of quality. Really good looking horse, great colour. He's an extremely good mover. Famously, the day he won up the Curragh, I think Ryan Moore goes on record as saying it was the only day he got a fright ever off a horse, because he won, he was a TDN Rising Star, and he couldn't be pulled up. He nearly went onto the motorway. It took Ryan every bit of strength he had to pull him up. It was incredible. And then he went to Newmarket, and there was rumblings that the horse was a very good 2-year-old, but what he did that day, just quick and clear, and they didn't see which way they went. And there was a lot of debate the morning of the due horse whether he'd run or not, because it turned up soft. But thankfully they went and they ran the horse. The partners agreed to run him, and that was the crowning of him as a champion 2-year-old. So it's such an important thing as well in a stallion's career. We went on to win the Coral Eclipse, and my time of going racing, I think that day in Juddmonte, the Juddmonte International was something very special. There was 6, 7, 8 people deep all the way around the ring, and there was a real air of excitement, and to go and win the race the way he did, and then you hear he's lowered the track record by Sea the Stars. So it was just something very, very special that day, and he cemented his place as the world's best 3-year-old.
Yards so far, and City of Troy, what a game performance all the way.
The massive engine definitely is Justify. The relentless just speed and galloping that he had, I'd say that was all down to Justify. But no doubt the precocity and class of his mother, who's by Galileo, and she was, as I said, a Group 1 winning 2-year-old. I think that's the perfect blend that he's come to fruition with. City of Troy has been extremely well supported from the world over. There's mares coming over from America to go to him. You can see there's Japanese mares booked into him, or Japanese owned mares booked into him. As I mentioned already, like Aga Khan, Juddmonte, Shadwell, the kind of who's who of breeding throughout the world. And got the Dam of Oxted in foal. He's got Tallyho's Sagely in foal. He's extremely fertile, which is a great sign. City of Troy could possibly get you anything. Looking at his father, he could get you an unbelievable 2-year-old in Australia. He can get you a middle distance horse in Europe. He's another horse on the Derby Trail this year again. So I'd imagine in the mould of his father, he'll get you anything. I think he's just so much class. Motto is trying to stand the champions or the best stallions that we can, and hopefully he could be the next Wootton Bassett or Galileo. He's the profile to be, as I said, a champion 2-year-old, and went on to be a world champion 3-year-old. And the support he's got justifies his race record and his pedigree. So it's just up to him now to capitalise it. But you'd have to have a good bet on him that you think he is going to make ends meet for himself as a leading stallion.